briefly on the MPP. Should be interesting.
Yeah,
There's a lot
you
of
never know.
hope. Buster Posey first year, he made some moves. Um, a lot of people like him as a GM, so see how it goes. He has a lot of confidence, so if he's confident, we're confident. In Buster we trust. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast, and this is episode number 26. 26. Hopefully, everyone's having a great week. And yesterday was opening day for baseball. The time has come. Last episode, we predicted the winners of each division in the MLB. And now, opening day was yesterday. We'll talk about that a little later on in the episode. Anything else, Noah, going on this week?
A lot of NBA drama.
No,
Nothing really football related. Um,
still got
I
like
think
a month
Cam Ward had his pro day.
till the draft. Yeah,
But yeah, NFL probably not really talk about unless Aaron Rodgers signs somewhere, which doesn't look like there's nothing out yet. No news on it, no updates.
yeah,
And then the draft, obviously, in a month, about a month.
yep. Yeah, as of right now, it looks like maybe Aaron Rodgers is either going to the Steelers or he's gonna retire since Russell Wilson went to the Giants.
Still have not rolled out the Vikings yet either, though.
Yeah,
But long shot, I think.
yeah, yeah. Vikings haven't named McCarthy the starter yet, which is surprising, but I guess they're just keeping the options open for right now. Before we get into the headlines, a little update for everyone here on our Mammal Madness. So,
Don't
how
tell
do
me
you,
the tree lost.
the tree has not
It has
lost,
to be alive.
but you know what did lose? The sun bear to
How?
the bear, or no, to the monkey with the red patch on his chest.
Okay.
You remember that one?
No.
No.
I don't remember any of these, if I'm being completely honest. Oh, that dude looks sick.
Okay, this is not the picture that was in the slide.
No, that's
Because
not the
then I
same
would
one.
have
Because I don't remember this guy.
maybe more of that
He
picture.
looks
What
crazy.
the heck? I
This
would
is
have chose
not.
this
We
one.
got scammed. We got scammed. You gotta pull up that PowerPoint and see what they had down.
Yeah. Um, I'll take a look afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
So the gelada is really killing us because we had the deer lost um to the gelada, then the coati lost to the gelada, and now the sun bear. So a 8 seed gelada is going up against the puma, which we do
Oh,
have.
we're still there with the Puma.
So
Puma,
yeah,
our final matchup is still
still,
alive.
still alive. So I mean, now looking at the gelada, I don't know about the puma. I think it's going to be a pretty close match now. Um, with those
I
two,
think it's obvious that the tree's gonna win.
yeah. But yeah, this is the only one that we really lost. Everything else we're pretty good on this side. The polar bear um, keeps winning, and the ginkgo has won. So ginkgo versus the polar bear, and then the gelada versus the puma. So we're at 87 points. Um, I think we just gotta. If we get this matchup, it's gonna be a good tournament.
Yeah. And I forgot, like, all the scenarios change, right? All the locations of the battles change. So,
Yeah, the only one I
um,
remember is the sea cave.
yeah. CK was the one where we're worried about the ginkgo.
Yes.
But I don't even think it's called a ginkgo. There's like an R in it, I think.
It's missing a G.
Or
Ginkgo, I think.
oh, ginkgo. That's what it is, missing something.
Yeah.
But yeah, um, I think we're looking pretty. We're sitting pretty right now. It looks good that the tree will pull this one out. I mean, it's literally a tree that has been on this world since there's been life. You know,
Yes. So I thought the slides right here. I guess not.
it's all right. But I mean, yeah, I think we were scammed on that picture because I do not remember
I think it was just
that
like it looked like a
monkey
regular
looking.
monkey, and
I
then
don't think it looked that ferocious.
no. I do remember it having like a red chest, but not yeah, not as scary as that
That
looking
thing looks
thing.
like a that's an animal.
Yeah. So, but
Scammed once again, as usual.
it's okay. We're doing well. Next is our March Madness bracket, which we're into the Sweet 16 in both men's and women's. Second day for the men's and first day for the women's. So in our bracket, I'm getting lucky because I chose Alabama to win.
Oh yeah,
I think I can't remember who we chose for our final four.
Tennessee versus
Tennessee
Duke.
versus Duke and Michigan State versus Florida. So
Yeah, Final Four still alive.
yeah,
Not bad. Purdue looks like they're making a run though.
yeah, it's
A lot
gonna
of people
be.
had them out in the beginning, the first round.
Oh, we had Gonzaga being here.
Yeah, they should have won that game. They just got
Yeah,
81-76 right there. They're looking good. I think they actually lost in the last few minutes of the game.
yeah,
Hey, Duke Alabama will be good. Cooper Flag does look like a beast, so I'm not really worried about Duke beating Alabama. Um, we'll see if Tennessee gets there.
yeah. It's gonna be interesting. And for the women's side, uh, I saw that who was it? LSU won and LSU won, South Carolina won, Duke won. Yeah, South Carolina only beat Maryland by four, which is kind of interesting. But I know Maryland's a good team. And tomorrow it's going to be interesting to see how USC does
Yep.
without Juju Watkins. So,
I was picking mine as a pick in the in our MPP picks. So yeah, just unfortunate injury
this,
to Juju Watkins.
yeah, I think this is going to be a good game here. Notre Dame versus TCU with Haley Van Leith. But yeah, slowly coming to the end here. March Madness. So it's anyone's ball game,
Yeah,
basically. It's all lower seats. So one, 2, 3, I think. One, yeah.
I think it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be like that from here on out. You know, with NIL, you're gonna see it's gonna be harder for Cinderella runs to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, basically all the Cinderella teams or schools, all their best players are at
You know, getting picked up,
yeah,
getting
top
paid to
five
go
schools, yeah.
play. Yeah, so um, we'll see how March Madness is next year, but. I think that's probably how it's going to end up being from now on is you got the money to pay for a team, you're probably going to do pretty good in the um, tournament.
Yeah.
No
But
more Cinderella runs.
it's okay. All these games, it's all top teams, so you can't say, "Oh, Duke won because they won Colorado State." So
Yeah. I mean, we'll just see the best of the best.
best of the best. That's right. But that's it for all our updates there. Noah, what do we have?
Yeah, so starting out with Damian Lillard is out indefinitely only 9 games away from the playoffs. He has a blood clot in his calf, I believe it was. The so no timetable return. We've already seen Wembanyama go out this year, out
Yeah.
for the year, his blood clot in his shoulder. Um, but as the news happened, I think it was early this week, like Monday. Um, the Bucks were currently fifth in the East, only 1 game up of the Pistons, and
Hmm.
five up on the Hawks, and 2 games behind the Pacers. And as of right now, they are now 2 games behind the Pistons, and 3 games behind the Pacers. They've lost 3 in a row, and they're still 5 games up on the Hawks. I think they play them twice though in the next 9 games left. So we'll see how that impacts. And also the Magic are only 5 games back of the Bucks for the play-in. So Bucks have a real chance if they struggle these next 9 games, which I think they have a pretty favorable schedule. But if they struggle, they're gonna they're gonna be at the play-in. And right, and you don't want to be playing the Bulls in the play-in right now because let me tell you, the Bulls are hot. Bulls are going to the finals.
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah, unfortunate for the Bucks. And right now they're sitting at 6. So, like I said, 5 games above Magic and Hawks. It's gonna be close there. That's probably the best thing to watch in the East right now. Everything else is pretty much set other than 4 or 5.
Looking at the
Um,
Bucks schedule remaining of the season, it's pretty tough. Suns, 76ers, Heat, Pelicans, Timberwolves, Pelicans, Pistons. So I
yeah,
mean,
so the Pistons ending
three,
off
four
streak is gonna be
teams,
pretty
four teams
huge.
spot, fighting for a spot. Suns just trying to make the playoffs. 76ers, Sixers, they're out of it. Heat out of it, I think. Pelicans out of
Heat
it.
are in the play-in.
Timberwolves fighting for a sixth spot. And Pistons are what, a couple games above the Bucks, so
Yeah. So yeah, I mean the Miami's been playing really well recently. Like I said, Phoenix fighting for a play-in, Atlanta fighting to be a top playing team. Um, but they have 2 games. The Pelicans, those should be 2 easy wins for them right there. But yeah, fighting Minnesota and then Detroit. We'll see if they play their starters in those 2 games, depending on where they're at in the standings and how safe they feel. But um, and if they want to try to get the Bucks in the play-in. So. Yeah, there's a good chance, a real good chance that the Bucks can find themselves in the play-in without Lillard.
crazy that
And
they actually do need Lillard in these
yeah, and
situations.
Lillard's been playing pretty well this season.
Yeah.
He's looked more like the old Damian Lillard, so unfortunate. But they said he could be back in a couple weeks, so that's still pushing it. He's still gonna miss the rest of the season, but he can get in for the play-in game potentially. We'll see. I think they said they put him on blood thinners, and it looks like it's helping, but. Um, Blood clot's a tough thing. You don't wanna mess with blood clot.
No.
That's dangerous right there. Next, LeBron. This has been all over social media since when it happened on Tuesday. LeBron went on the Pat McAfee show and just had a real good interview. I thought it was a great interview. If you haven't watched it, you should go check it out. It's an hour and a half, I believe. Um, you don't really see. I think this is one of LeBron's only sit down interviews he's done in his career in 22
Yeah.
years, which is insane.
Yeah.
'Cause he doesn't really go at anybody, at any reporters.
Yeah.
He's known to be someone who's just um he's like, I'm just gonna go play basketball,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. I mean, he talks politically and stuff, but that's um, a different than like going back at people who are coming at him.
Yeah.
Especially Stephen A. Smith, who recently, they had their altercation mid-game, the Laker game, and then LeBron went out and won the game for them in the fourth. Um, Stephen A. has come out after his comments saying, um, that LeBron was saying, like, what do you say? Trying to think.
Like
What do you say? He
He
said he's over there, or he's on a Taylor Swift tour right
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
After what happened, saying uh, he didn't want to talk about what happened on the court, but since it came out, he's like he was waiting for that to come out so he can talk about it. That's what he's on. He's on this whole going on every single podcast he can, making it on all the first takes shows. It's how he starts every show pretty much. Um, and Stephen A. Smith says he would have swung at LeBron if LeBron put his hands on him. Like weird, like stuff that because he's supposed to be a journalist, right? Journalists don't really say,
Yeah.
but he's more of a TV personality now than he is a journalist.
Yeah, he got the big bucks from ESPN. So he can
He's
he
sitting
can
safe.
literally
He's
talk
safe.
about whatever he
$100 million.
wants.
dollars.
LeBron was also going after him about talking about Bronny too, and
Yeah, that's
how
how the whole thing started.
yeah. So that was the first thing where LeBron was stepping in for his son and making sure there was no backlash or bad press about Bronny. Um, Bronny has been a big story this whole NBA season. Like, it's not really major news, but it's kind of just there in the background of how
Yeah, I mean
he's
you have
playing
ESPN
and
always posting about him and his
yeah,
G
like
League
oh
games.
Bronny dunked on someone or Bronny
Yeah,
hit his first three or Bronny scored 40 points in the G League. So I mean, ESPN just trying to find a way to get Bronny, LeBron, the Lakers into the show, but yeah, for LeBron to go on Pat McAfee's show, that's huge. LeBron, like you said, LeBron doesn't go on these midday talk shows.
yeah.
And when I saw that Pat McAfee was like, LeBron's like actually going to join the show, like, is someone lying to me? But um, yeah, I've just been seeing clips of that interview. So
Yeah, it was a great interview. He talks about time on the Heat. Um, Pat Riley, getting
yeah,
compared to Jordan, his relationship with Kobe. Um,
and some people don't like Pat McAfee. I like Pat McAfee, so I mean, another
and there's
person that
times
earned
I
a
don't like Pat
contract as
McAfee, but
well.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
I think I find him even yeah, because he's kind of crazy, he's very
loud and
verbose or whatever, I guess. But like what's the Stephen A. Smith, I can't stand Stephen A. Smith anymore.
I
Like
hate
I used
Stephen
to
A.
be able to
Smith.
watch First Take, right? But I can't watch it anymore.
No,
Even before this, like before this whole, he's just um. There's a point when you're criticizing people, and then where you're just like a hater, right? Like I feel like not just him, but a lot of these just talk shows. Like I can't watch an FS1 show. I hate FS1 show. I think I've watched it one time. I'm like, I'm never watching this again. Um, there's just a lot of hating for no reason. People who just say stuff like us who don't know what they're
just
talking about, right?
trying to get
Like, I'm sure
clips.
there's people like about us. They don't hate it. Like I would hate us too, probably. But like,
I like us.
yeah, I mean, I
I'm just
I wouldn't
kidding.
say we're as bad as them, but like they just say they think they know everything, right?
Yeah,
And
I
I
mean,
guess that's how you have to be, I guess, as a TV personality. But
yeah,
um, it's hard to watch. It is really hard to
very
watch.
hard.
But one of the reasons why LeBron went on the show because he's promoting that he's going to be bring back his podcast that he had with JJ Redick, and he's going to have Steve Nash on it, which is pretty cool. Don't really hear much about Steve Nash really, but one of the best point guards to ever play. Definitely top 10 at least, if not top 5
Yeah, I
of all
guess
time.
right after he got fired from coaching, he's kind of just been on the DL, huh? Yeah, we
Yeah.
really haven't seen him. He's not even commentating or anything. Like, I thought he would maybe move into TV, but nope.
The people who other than Tom Brady, people who usually move into TV, Richard Jefferson, Kendrick Perkins, those kind of people. Um, Greg Olson. Greg Olson was great though. I love Greg Olson. Go Bears. But not really the superstars
Yeah,
who move into the TV space. Draymond Green, I wouldn't say he's a superstar. He's probably going to end up trying to move there, but I can't
I
really watch
can't.
him either.
Can't do his
Um,
podcast. I can't do Michael Parsons' podcast. I can't do Debo's podcast. I can't do the Kelsey Brothers podcast. Low key, can't do that
really,
podcast.
I,
No.
I I only watched 2 episodes. I watched the episode with not Jason Tatum. I watched the episode with LeBron, and I watched another episode. Can't remember who was on it. I don't know, but I watched a couple of them. I watched maybe three total. Uh, I think the one where Jason Kelsey talks about him retiring, and
Mhm.
then another one. But um, yeah, it's rough out there.
There's a
But
lot of
why?
podcasts and former player podcasts that I can't do.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it was really interesting to see. Stephen A. Smith is still going on about it to this
Yeah,
like right now. He's probably recording something. But hey,
whatever.
let's just stick to criticizing, not hating. I think that's the big thing. I think a lot of people hate and they don't criticize. So, um, but yeah. Um, last but not least for mine, the Grizzlies fired their head coach, which is huge. Happened this morning. They're a top team in the West. I had it, but I changed this. Where are they at right now? They are fifth right now, tied for fourth with the Lakers in the West, and they are making their assistant coach, oh, Twamus Lisalo.
Good for him.
Twamus,
I
interim
don't
head
know.
coach. He's from Finland. He played professionally in Finland, and he coached in Finland, and he was head coach for Paris basketball in 2024. So,
Oh, that
um,
guy.
yeah, so he's going to be the head coach for the Grizzlies. It looks like he's probably gonna stay the head coach of the Grizzlies. But the crazy thing is, the Grizzlies fifth in the West. West's not easy.
What is this? The
Uh,
Bucks of last year?
their head coach was almost 600 winning percentage
Yeah.
for his career. But yeah, like I think it was AJ Griffin or something Griffin, Adrian Griffin for the Bucks a couple years ago who got fired. He also had it was like 31-10 when he got fired
Yeah.
and got replaced for Doc Rivers. You know how that's going. Um, but
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
crazy. So people think, I mean, there's a lot of rumors, like it has something had to have happened. Like there's a reason for him being fired because
but the
it kind of just
Grizzlies are
happened
just like
and
low
went away.
key, they're just in Memphis. They barely get, a couple games national televised, just so weird. But they're also just last 10 games, 5-5, it's not like they're like 1 for 9, but
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe something will come out. But
Yeah. Still 44-29, firing your head coach. That'd be like if the Lakers fired JJ Redick. Um, yeah, I don't know. It could just be a player thing.
I,
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know.
That's a weird one.
I mean, we're not really expecting them to do much in the playoffs. Jaw hasn't looked amazing, but they're just a good overall team. They're kind of
Yeah.
like a Celtics, but no star,
Yeah.
no two stars. Like
Yeah.
Celtics have Jaylen Brown and Tatum. Um,
John Moran and
I mean, John
Aaron
Morant's even questionable.
Jackson
I'd
Jr.
honestly probably put Jaren Jackson
Zach
above John
Edey,
Morant. Okay, yeah. Now we're getting crazy with Zach Edey. Dude plays like 15 minutes a game.
Marcus
Um,
Smart still on the team.
Marcus Smart, Desmond Bain, probably who we would put up there.
Desmond
But
Bain, poster child probably.
yeah, but they look pretty good. They're only 3 games back of the three and 4 games back of the two. So, well, let's see if maybe this starts a
Uh,
9 game win streak.
yep.
Nine games left. Which it has to be the latest a coach has been fired who's about to make the playoffs. Like
Yeah.
I don't even know that the last time a coach has got fired that's going to make the playoffs um this late in the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, crazy that happened this morning, and it's just been a really weird week NBA wise, especially with it was basically Tuesday through Thursday was LeBron news and Stephen A. Smith news. Um, but yeah,
We don't. No one likes that. No one wants that.
too much.
Like I said, MLB opening day was yesterday. Weird how they schedule games. There's a whole bunch of games yesterday. And then some of those teams, almost half those teams, don't play today, but then they play
Yeah.
tomorrow. So Very weird how they do the scheduling. There was some games today, a lot of teams playing their second game, some teams playing their first game. Just want to, the probably the only day. We'll see how much longer I keep up with baseball, you know. But these are some notes that I took from day one, and Noah can jump in, either agree with me or have his own take. But first game of the day, 12 o'clock, was the Yankees and the
Oh, sorry, not Cubs.
Yankees and the
Brewers.
Brewers. Yes, thank you. Sorry. I was gonna say Cubs, but I was like, wait, it wasn't the Cubs.
I don't
Yes.
know why I thought Cubs right away.
Yeah. Yankees and the Brewers. Good matchup there. Just some notes that, if you didn't really hear, Austin Wells leadoff home run. I think it was third pitch, second pitch of the game.
Yeah,
I looked away and I looked back and boom, home run already.
almost dropped.
First catcher to lead off in Yankees history, fifth in MLB history, and the first opening day lead off home run in Yankees history, which is that's wild. Since 19 whatever, 100, 1890, whenever the
I
Yankees
think he
first.
was also the first catcher in MLB history to hit a leadoff home run on opening day. So
Uh,
a lot of history being made.
yeah,
The
first game of the day.
the first inning.
First inning, yeah. I had to kind of tune. Speaking of announcers and podcasters, I had to really kind of tone out because Joe Buck was on the call. Why is Joe Buck there, bro? I thought he's a Fox guy. Why is he on ESPN? Unless they got his contract changed. But side note, don't like that guy. Next, I got the Marlins walking off the Pirates, which is a big day for Paul Skeens getting the start in his second year. He gave up, I think, 2 runs, maybe. I can't
Yeah,
remember
he
the
went. I think he
stats.
went five in the
Six,
five and a
five and
third, five and two
nine.
thirds. And yeah, he had runners on base, and the guy they brought in gave up a hit, 2 runs scored. So yeah, they were his runs on base. So yeah,
Yeah.
he gave 2 earned runs.
Um. Yeah. So the Marlins walk off the Pirates. It's kind of sad for Paul Skeens on opening day, but the Pirates did come back and win today. Next, the Mets lose to the Astros. The Mets signing Juan Soto for the longest contract, and Soto goes 1 for 3. He had 2 runners on with a chance in the ninth, and he struck out.
Yeah, he did hit a
Francisco,
bomb today.
did he? Okay.
Yeah,
Francisco Lindor also went 0 for 4 that game, so. Next, while the Brewers Yankees game was going on, the Orioles were playing the Blue Jays, and the Orioles hit 6 home runs over the Blue Jays. Rushman had 2 of them, so Orioles looking like to get back on track and hopefully win the division. Next I got the Giants. Man, the Giants. They know how to make the game very interesting. They were losing 4-2. They got in a run 4-3, right? Yeah, they won 6-4. Uh,
yeah, hit a 3-run home run. Wilmer Flores hit a 3-run home run
yeah,
to take the lead. 2 outs on the top of the ninth.
yeah. 2 outs, top of nine. 0-2 count. I want to say.
I don't remember. But yeah, it
I'll
was
say it.
very clutch, very clutch. Slider, hanging
Yeah,
slider.
yeah. No doubter. Before that, oh yeah, it was Patrick Bailey who knocked in he had a single up the middle, knocked in a run, and then yeah, Wilmer Flores hitting a home run to beat the Reds, who Reds look like a good team. Like Noah said, I think you have them winning their division.
Yeah, NL Central, they have them winning. Hunter Green, if he can just keep his control, I mean, he can be an ace.
Yeah,
He'll be like for them in the MLB, in the NL.
yeah,
Um, 8 strikeouts. I think the Giants struck out 16 or 17 times
Yeah.
and found a way to win. So we'll see if they have that magic like they did in 21, where they won over 100 games and they just
Yeah.
found ways to win
You know,
somehow.
it was good to see Willie Adames jumping out of the dugout, celebrating with the team. So it looks like good morale there in the dugout. And good to see Jung Oh Lee back in the lineup
Yep.
after
Yep. Stud.
missing 3 quarters of the season last year. A couple more here. Guardians and Phillies win in the 10th. Phillies over the Nationals, which is kept Nationals kept it close, and Guardians, I forgot who they played. Angels lose to the White Sox.
They didn't just lose, they got absolutely destroyed. They lost like 8-1, I think.
Yes, 8-1, and they had
Eight
to
to
use a
zero
position player to
to
pitch
pitch.
in the
On
last
opening
inning.
day.
Opening day, probably the first
Al-
time having a
Already
position.
pulling out the position players.
I think that's probably the craziest game. Who cares about everyone winning and losing, but the Angels losing to the White Sox and then having a position player pitch. And then, of course, Shohei Ohtani with the Dodgers, 2 home runs in 3 games already. They're saying that Ohtani's on track to pitch maybe after the All-Star break or give it a couple months into the season. It looks like they're not really rushing him back to pitch. I mean, maybe if they get injuries, maybe they'll help him pitch. But do you think he needs to pitch, and do you think he's going to win MVP this year again?
I don't think he needs to, but he's probably going to. And I mean, he's one of the like what? There's 5 pitchers per team. Let's just go with 5 starters per team. Let's just say let's just go with the NL. So that means there's what 5 times 15, right?
Why?
Yeah, that's what 75.
Sure, you're the numbers guy.
Yeah, sure 75. Um, um, he's easily at least top 15 pitchers, right? He has
Yeah,
to be in the top 10 in the NL at the very least. Um, so why not? This is what you're paying him for. Let him go out there and throw. He hurts his arm. Hey, good thing he can hit because we
yeah,
know he can.
yeah,
And but if he does get hurt again, I think maybe that might be it for him. But at least seriously injured. But hey, he can he throws 95, 90 to 100.
that's
I don't know
crazy.
if he's gonna hit 100 anymore, but he throws at least 98.
Yeah,
Um, Crazy
yeah,
breaking
he wants to
pitches.
pitch, and
He hits 50 bombs. Just let him
crazy.
let him go out there and pitch. He's the best player in the league. Let him do what he wants.
Yeah, I think if he pitches, maybe what? If he gets like, what's a lot of wins nowadays? Like 10 wins, easy
I
MVP.
think he won't pitch that many games though. Um, I mean the Dodgers stocked up on starters.
I think they have
He'll,
6 in the rotation. Someone said,
yeah, like he would be like the seventh pitcher in the rotation, 6 pitcher rotation, and he probably won't pitch every 5 days, you know,
yeah,
or 5 games. He'd probably go out every like he probably pitched
yeah.
one and then every other week.
This is how good the Dodgers are. He can pitch like once, twice a month and be good.
That's what happens when you spend money. You know,
Yeah,
I understand. You know, not every baseball team makes the amount of money that the Dodgers do, but if they spent money equivalent to their amount that they make, they'd be better.
hey, it's not like the Dodgers are making all this money and they're just sitting on it. They're actually going
Exactly.
out and
They're
buying
spending the
players.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Dodgers are so good. It's just crazy.
What are you gonna do? And
It's
they just
theirs.
have to
It's
be
theirs to
they just have
lose
to be in the
again.
NL West, you know?
It's theirs to lose. That's it for my MLB. Um, right now, I'm really excited for baseball season, and I think a lot of Giants fans, I think Noah and I are very optimistic. They have a good team, better than last year. Just got to sneak in there, wild card. But
Don't worry. Once Patrick gets over it, I will still be paying attention to baseball. That's my thing.
I'm
So
excited to see Justin Verlander. Trying to get to trying to get wins. 15. He needs what? 15 more wins or whatever.
yeah, I don't remember what it is, but I know he's
Or
a certain yeah.
strikeouts. Some
No, he is some wins away from like 300. I don't know. If you look it up real quick.
he's at 262 wins.
It is strikeouts.
Strikeouts to what is it, 3,500 or 4,000? I guess it would be
Verlander
5,000.
K's. Yeah, he's almost a little less than 90 away from 3,500 Ks. So
West for 300 wins.
yeah, he's still 40 away,
Yeah.
38 wins away. So he's
I
still a
mean,
couple
yeah.
years away. I don't think he's gonna get there. But Ks wise, he's right there on 3,500. Um, if he does play a couple more years, he's gonna be pushing 4K. So we'll see. He's like 41 now. Like he's 42.
Yeah.
Um, see if he can be Jamie Moore status, pitch till he's 47 or whatever he was.
Yeah.
Um,
He said he had a great spring training, so we'll see how he does.
yeah. Hey, Giants love the old guys, man.
Yeah.
The old former stars. Like I remember when they traded for Carlos Beltran. At the end of his years, they traded Zach Wheeler, and now look at Zach Wheeler. And when that happened, I was just disgusted. To make a playoff push, they didn't even make the playoffs. Didn't even
Barry
make the playoffs.
Zito, wasn't he towards
Oh,
his?
I love Bearzito though.
But he was towards
But
the
yeah,
end of his career, right?
yeah, he got a huge contract. He threw a whopping 83 miles per hour, and
Yeah.
but he did have a sick curveball. That's for sure.
Nice. Well, that is it for this episode. Hopefully,
Bad.
everyone enjoyed episode 26.
226.
And not next week, but maybe the week after. I'm trying to think. New episode of Birdies and Banter with Derek Al. So,
Maybe we'll sneak a guest in maybe in the next few weeks here.
oh,
Well, we'll try to we'll figure something out.
okay. My people will talk to
I'll
your people.
exactly. We'll
Yes.
we'll keep in touch.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll see you guys later.